The dark side of friendship. 8 signs. You have a toxic friend. Good friends are hard to come by in this world, but what about toxic friends? How can you tell the difference between someone who's simply bad for you and someone who actively tries to hurt you? Toxic friends don't just bring out the worst in you, they also make it difficult to trust anyone else with your secrets, stop you from growing as an individual, and generally leave you feeling unhappy and anxious. 1. They make you feel bad about yourself. Toxic friends are never satisfied. They don't look at their problems as challenges to overcome, they see them as your fault. No matter how much you accomplish, they always find something new to complain about. As such, they leave you feeling like you have no value or worth in their eyes. And it's hard not to believe them, when all they ever do is criticize you and everything else around them. Toxic people breed toxic environments. Don't let one into your life, and if you already have one in your life, get rid of them immediately. 2. They gossip about you. Gossiping is one sure sign that you have a toxic friend. Having friends to talk about other people is only natural, but when they spend their time talking behind your back or saying mean things about you, you need to rethink how close they are to you. If anyone has bad things to say about you and your actions, regardless of whether it's true or not, then there's probably something not so nice lurking beneath their friendship. It isn't worth having someone so toxic in your life. 3. They don't offer support during hard times. When life is tough, you expect your friends to have your back. But when you need them most, toxic friends are nowhere to be found. They're either too busy or too preoccupied with their own lives to lend a hand, leaving you alone in your time of need. Although there's no set list of behaviors that define whether someone is toxic or not, being consistently unavailable for support does fall into what's considered toxic behavior. Be aware that if someone isn't supportive during hard times, it may only get worse when times get better. If they aren't there for you now, they probably won't be later either. 4. They treat others poorly. If your friend is constantly putting people down, acting in a way that harms others and generally treating people like crap, then you have to ask yourself if they are really worth your time. It is hard to find true friends, so why waste your time with someone who doesn't value yours? Don't feel bad about cutting toxic people out of your life. It won't hurt them, but it will save you from unnecessary stress. And as cliché as it sounds, we cannot control what other people do or say. We can only control our reactions and whether we choose to be around them or not. 5. They talk about their exes. If you have someone in your life who can't stop talking about their ex, it could be a sign that they're not over them and aren't quite ready to move on. This behavior is toxic because it keeps you constantly thinking about how they were with someone else. A friend should want to do better, not wallow in their failed relationships. If you find yourself comparing your current relationship to their old one, cut them out of your life for good. 6. They take up all your time and energy. Bad friends are draining. They suck all your time and energy and make you feel like you have to account for every minute spent doing something other than hanging out with them. And don't even get me started on how exhausting it is to watch them play victim to their drama and problems again and again and again. If they sound familiar, maybe it's time to reevaluate your relationships with these people. 7. They only want to party with you when it's convenient for them. We all have people in our lives that we consider to be fun friends, people who are great to hang out with at parties, on vacation, or when you need an escape from your 9 to 5. But if you really want to get honest with yourself, look at your relationships and ask if any of these situations sound familiar. Do they only want to hang out when it's convenient for them? Do they make plans just so they can cancel at the last minute? Do they often show up late without notice or say that something came up as an excuse not to come at all? This is a clear sign that your friend is using you and doesn't really care about getting together with you. 8. There is no effort from them to help you out when you need them. If you find yourself frequently complaining about your problems to friends, but they never help resolve them, you might have a toxic friend. They only contact you when they need something from you. Are your friends all about using people? Do they reach out to you when it's convenient for them and not when it's convenient for you? If so, these may be toxic relationships. Their intentions don't match their actions. Are your friends consistently saying one thing and doing another? Does their word mean nothing to them at all? If so, that can be highly toxic and manipulative. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe.